Okay, check it out. This is how I set up my Tascam Model 24 to mix dub. I'll be using Prince Fatty's Cuss stems, which I will link below, and I'm using Reaper as the DAW. You could use any DAW, but I'm using Reaper, so this is how I set it up. In Reaper, I put all the stems out, on individual channels, line them up, and yeah, so channel 11 is the pick guitar. We'll just play it a little bit. Channel 12 is the bass. '13 and 14, the drums. '15 and 16 is the chops. Now in this stem pack, you get it comes with a guitar chop and a piano chop, so I just grouped them together and then sent them together out to 15 and 16. 17 and 18 is the organ bubble. '19 and 20 is the organ solo. Okay, so that's how I have the sound set up coming from the DAW into the mixer. All right, and now and then when you want to record the mix back into the DAW, the mixer sends it back on channel 23 and 24. You don't see it on here, but it just sends it back digitally through the USB cable. So if you want to record it, set up a track to record. You have to set the inputs to 23 and 24 from the Tascam, and you have to make sure that the monitoring input is off, or else you get the crazy feedback loop, and you could blow your ears, blow your speakers. So it's not a good feedback loop. So yeah, this is how I have my effects set up. My sub out goes to my space echo, right? So the sub out is, and then from the space echo, it comes back into channels 3 and 4. The sub out is controlled by this button, the sub out button. Every channel has one. So for instance, if I want to, send the chops to a delay to the space echo, play the chops, engage the button, and lift the fader. You can also have the button not engaged, lift the fader, and then push the button. So there's a few ways you could do it. But that's the sub output. Now, the next one is the phaser. This is monitor 1 going to my phaser, coming into channel 5. And what I do with this one is I usually have my space echo coming in on channel 3 and 4, and then I send some of that space echo to the phaser. So to do that, monitor 1, phaser is this fader, comes back in on channel 5. But to send any sort of signal to it, you have to use the top monitor 1 knob. So each channel has a monitor 1 knob, and that's how much signal you could send to a phaser. But right now, for my purpose, the way I have it set up is just sending the delay return to the phaser, because I'll play it and you'll see the difference. This is delay, no phaser, which is dope, which is definitely dope. But now if we put up monitor 1 and send the delay to the phaser and put up the phaser fader, now listen to the chops when I send the delay. it's like a totally different. I don't know. It gives some sort of spacey. I love it. See the difference? Can't have one without. I can't have one without the other. So yeah. So that's the sub output and monitor 1 output. How I run it, and then monitor 2 right now I have running to the out-alesis quadra verb, and then I have that coming back into channel 9 and 10. So the monitor 2 output is the same as monitor 1, except the knob is the middle orange knob for each channel. So if I want to send the chops, let's see. If I want to send the chops to the quadra verb, turn up the knob, turn up the fader. And I could turn down the audio channel. Monitors 1 and 2 are pre-fader. So if they're up, if there's signal being sent to monitor 2 to this fader, even if the channel's down here, since it's pre-fader, it's still going to send the signal. So it's pretty cool. And then if you want to, we can now send, actually, since that's coming back into channels 9 and 10, we could send that to the sub output delay. See if we could get something cool. Yeah, so definitely experiment with sending effects to effects and stuff like that. And then now, the last one we have is the effects knob, and that is, I took the effects out from the mixer. The effects knob is going to the microverb 3, and then that's coming in back to channel 7 and 8, and that's a reverb. So let's see if we put up the drums. You can send little bits to the reverb. And then again, you have to experiment with it to get your, how you want it to sound. And then again, I send that to the delay. So if I have the delay up, you see it's real low. The reverb is being sent to the delay. Real low, it just gives like a spacey sound, but you could then smack it and it's cool. Yeah, so that's the effects knob. Going to a reverb and then a delay. Again, a lot of things you would just have to experiment with. If any of this, I didn't really explain well, or you have any questions, let me know down below. And yeah, let's see if I could just record one of these on the fly and see how it goes. All right. All right, so yeah, that wasn't the best, but it'll do for now. I hope you found some of this useful. And again, if you have any other questions, if I wasn't clear on anything, please just let me know. And yeah, yeah, that dub mix definitely wasn't the best. You know, I'm not going to pick it apart right now. But yeah, hope you all have a good night. Peace.